This is Wildy Mom, and after 6 months of surviving the wilderness on an ultimate Ironman, she finally perished and lost everything. But her adherence to the creed of Zamorak blessed, or perhaps cursed her with the inability to truly die. Now, forever on, if she should fall, she will rise again, but with each death, a little bit of her soul is spent. Will our heroine achieve the strength to overcome the challenges set forth to her by Zamorak himself, or will the strength of her very soul fail, and she will become nothing more than a mindless slave in the land she is bound? And so her story begins again. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 14. This should be one of the best episodes to date, hopefully. The goals of the episode are this. First, quickly finish the easy wilderness diary tasks, and number 2, continue the wilderness slayer and hopefully receive a learned key in order to advance non-combat skills, preferably smithing or crafting, as I want to be able to smith a mithril scimitar with 55 smithing and eventually get 50 crafting to make a strength amulet. Let's go. To begin, we will quickly get these easy wilderness tasks done. First, teleporting into the King Black Dragon's lair, getting poisoned of course, and that doesn't count. Cast low alchemy at the Fountain of Rune, use the demonic energy to recharge my libido. Not an easy task, but I'm going to quickly grab some runes to enchant the sapphire necklaces, and also get materials to make a mithril axe while absorbing the heavy blows from these tanned super chads. Finally, we need to kill a mammoth. Thanks, Zamorak. So that's the easy task list complete now. Stick the lamp into smithing, and don't at me. The wilderness sword will never fail to slash a web, which will make getting into the mage arena a bit smoother. Now I'm going to try and finish my Ent task. If some buck-toothed PKers want a piece of this ass, well, they can have it. This is a prime example of the neutered PvPer in his natural environment. He's clearly been pushed out by the herd of more alpha male specimens and struggles to pull off even a single-way switch. I leave him in the dust as he stares perplexed at his inability to kill me, especially since I don't have any food. But it is still a win-win scenario, because I walked away unscathed, but still gave him the biggest thrill he's had all week. I won't lie that being attacked at the ends by a baby PKer did upset my mood a little bit, and I felt a rage begin to burn inside me that I decided to take out on this robot. Looks like a solid moneymaker. We made it through the Ent task without dying again, but unfortunately I didn't get any wilderness keys. Next task, Chaos Druids. That's some free Herblore XP and a chance at more keys. About 40 kills in, and I did get my first wilderness key, but I didn't record it, so here I am going to claim the loot. Remember, I'm looking for items to train crafting and smithing. Rune plate bodies aren't the worst thing, they're free alks, I'll take it. Next task. Anku, easy. I alked the rune two-hander and the 2 rune plate bodies to buy 1000 chaos runes, and I'm going to use the crumple undead spell on them. There's 70 magic. Now I can cast Earthwave, aka the most powerful spell I've been able to cast thus far. I remember when I had my first account and was finally able to cast one of the wave spells. I thought the spell animation probably was the sickest thing I had ever seen. Task is done, and no keys this time either. Next task is Dark Warriors. I can kill the level 8 versions upstairs in the Dark Warriors Fortress. There it is. Now if I open this chest and get seeds of any kind, I will not be very happy. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what I need more of in my life. Now I just need to call Safe Ride to get me out of here. I'm fairly certain that I'm wasting time rune crafting. But if I want to rune craft and you don't like it, then you can...
It's shit, gnomish kind!
Plus I have one of those OCD personalities where if I get something, I feel like I have to do it. So don't get me any crack for Christmas. 12 rune crafting. Wow. Amazing. Fuck off, Treebeard. Okay, so with this iron ore I got from the wilderness chest, I had to go find a way to efficiently smelt it and smith it. And this was quite the trial and error process that started out with a couple massive f-ups. I thought you could unnote things at the resource area, but of course you can only note them, so that was a waste of time. So next I tried unnoting the iron at the Edgefield Bank and then trying to smelt it at the furnace, but the 50% failure rate of the iron ore made me feel like I was wasting precious XP. Yes, and for some reason I saw the anvil icon at the Wilderness Volcano and figured I'd try it. But you can only smith the odium and malediction wards here. So there's up number 2.
Cast it into the fire! Destroy it!
I can't, you buck-toothed heathen scrub.
Lastly, for a bit which I didn't record, I tried to mine coal in the deep wilderness mine and then superheat it, but it is far too tedious to drop the coal and then fill your inventory and do that over and over again until you have a full inventory of steel bars. And when you have a drug habit to fuel, you just don't have time to mess around with that kind of nonsense. So I settled on superheating the iron ore alone for iron bars. The superheat item, of course, makes the iron smelt with 100% success. It's faster than smelting in a furnace anyway, and I can immediately smelt iron plate bodies outside at the anvil by the mage arena. This is possibly the fastest and most efficient XP I've gotten really doing much of anything on the account. One trip of 21 iron bars nets 287 experience from superheat item and 525 experience from smithing at the anvil, totaling about 787 experience. You also get 1,113 magic experience. They are fast runs, only taking about 2 minutes. The cash from alching the plate bodies sustained me for a while, but eventually I ran out of cash and had to go collect earth stabs and alch them on site until I had enough cash to last for the rest of my iron ore. Even having to do this, it's still the fastest smithing method. I am still considering doing this for any and all smithing in the future. Just fuck furnaces. They are polluting machines anyway, and in case you didn't know, I'm a real Gillenorian environmentalist. Boycotting furnaces will be one step further towards a cleaner wilderness where people can slaughter each other knowing the air they breathe is safe. So this trip gave me 55 smithing, which will fulfill the first goal of being able to smith a mithril scimitar. Now let's just finish up these last few inventories and done with that. That was actually a super nice reward from the Slayer keys. Steel bars and gold ore are probably the only rewards that are better. Making my new mithril weapon also feels really nice, as I can make it after every time I die, and I won't have to pick up steel swords anymore. Now we can finish off that Dark Warrior Slayer task. There we go, task is finished, but no additional keys. Before I get my next Slayer task, there is something I want to try out though. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the resource area. This is like one of those features in the wilderness that makes no sense. Why are trees and shit growing in this cage? I thought the wilderness was supposed to be an irradiated wasteland. And from a design perspective, all this place is just a little cage to bait people to come into the wilderness so random PKers can kill the people that are gathering the resources inside. Now, I'm not hating on this place because one, this place is amazing for me. And the funny part is, it's literally only amazing for me. This place sucks for everyone else. But for me, it's fabulous, as mining and smelting and crafting are all within just a few tiles of each other, which is about as efficient as it gets. I feel so safe in my little cage. That sounded kinda dark. Lobotomized. You know in your heart that if RuneScape had a way to spawn camp people and just kill them over and over, without any reward, this guy would do that all day. I was doing some thinking as I resided here, and the wilderness really is a weird place if you think about it. It's just a bunch of people who are A, trying to make money doing shit in the area and want nothing to do with PvP, or B, the PvPers who really just wander the zone in small packs and try and find these people who want nothing to do with PvP and kill them. The only real PvP in RuneScape in the wilderness is in the bounty world and during clan battles. Otherwise, it's just a big ongoing game of hide and seek. Anyways, let me show you my progress I made towards my second goal of being able to craft a ruby amulet. There we have it, 40 crafting. 50 crafting is still a ways off using this method, but it's the most consistent way of getting crafting experience to my knowledge. Since I've been here, I would have thought I would have seen someone trying to kill me inside the resource area, but I have not. I think this area might be, in fact, completely dead. It's very safe for me also for the fact that you can't log into the game inside the resource area. You get teleported outside every time you log out, or even hop worlds. So anyone trying to attack me will have to go through the gate and pay the 7,500 gold, which probably is just too much work. Anyways, I think I'm ready to get another Slayer task. The Revenant Caves are akin to the different circles of hell, especially for someone like me. In fact, Dante himself was said to have entered the Revenant Caves where he fell prey to a skull trick and lost his AGS. He wrote in the Inferno that the deepest circle of hell was a place filled with backstabbers and betrayers all encased in unyielding ice. Not a place I am ready to go.